right, welcome everybody to another recap of MTVs The Challenge World. Why are you always smiling when I do in the intro?
Because I'm wondering if you're recording, because every time you're done doing the intro, you're like, shoot, I wasn't recording.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about.
Alright, let me check. Alright, yeah, we're recording. What's up? Episode 15, Death Race. We're recapping here. You're joined by us, the Valentines. My name is Tom. With me here, Nicole. Part 1 of the finale. Part 2 is Wednesday, the final part.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, going into this, we see Turbo practicing. Yeah, this dude just prepares for everything.
I loved it. And that was like, what? Like 24 eggs scrambled?
Oh, yeah, I don't even know. I'll take your word for it, but yeah. Shitload of food.
It's like scrambled eggs. It just looked like a mountain of scrambled eggs.
Yeah, you don't see people do that often. I vaguely remember maybe one other time where someone was like practicing for an eating challenge.
Yeah, same. I remember one time.
Yeah, it might have been recent then. But yeah, but Turbo took it to the next level and like ran on the treadmill after.
Yeah.
He wanted to know what it felt like to run on a full stomach.
Yeah, not to see if he could do it because he knew he could do it, but he wanted to know what it would feel like so he knew what to expect.
Yeah.
So that's pretty badass.
Yeah, we see Wes trying. It's kind of like the calm before the storm right now. Like everyone just before the final moments before the final starts. Wes trying to scare Georgia and Theo. He's like, lives have been ruined because of finals. And
yeah, I mean, he's definitely exaggerating. Like, they're really, really, really hard, as we saw and have seen.
Yeah.
But, like, lives have been ruined was a little extreme.
Yeah, people have been embarrassed in finals, sure. But hey, some lives have been ruined in the challenge world. Remember when Jenna and Jay were partners in a final and Jay was, like, crying and couldn't drink that thing? His life was pretty much ruined in MTV's, like, world. So.
Or I guess we could say Camilla's life was ruined when she was racist 7 times.
Yeah, but that wasn't in a final. She was just a horrible person.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wes knows this the best because on Rivals 1, he got cramped up so bad he had to get carried by his rival teammate, Kenny. He was literally carried.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's what I thought of when Wes was saying. And then, like, Theo was like, why, is that what happened to you? Is that why you're, like, the way you are today?
Yeah. Like, yeah.
And then Wes goes on to say he's never played a more flawless political game in his entire life. And me and you have been talking about this. Clearly, we don't think he's played maybe his best, but not the best.
Yeah, I didn't, like, a lot of times we've said, like, well, I guess we'll see. I can't tell if it's really good or really bad. I guess we'll see. So it's like, if it is a really good game, it's like an obscure political game. It's not like, I don't know how to explain it, but like sometimes you can tell, you're like, wow, their politics are amazing. Like with his, we're always like, maybe that'll be amazing. Like,
yeah. And
it seems to, yes, it has worked out in his favor in the end, but it wasn't very obvious that
it seemed like a struggle. I think he got. Yeah, it seemed like a struggle. Like he wasn't cutting any corners. He was taking the long way through every like twist and turn.
I think his political game was good, but he got lucky. I don't think it was because he did a good job. I just think it happened to work out.
Yeah, and there's half of the house is full of people who have never played this game, so it's like you have the upper hand. You've played this game how many times? So you should have a pretty good political game by now. So we hear the helicopter, the chopper arriving, and Ninja acts like a kid that just saw like an ice cream truck or something. She's just like running on tables.
Oh yeah, I love that when she was running on the table.
Yeah.
Do you see the dog?
I see the dog. Yo, chillin'.
Look at the dog. That's my boy.
What up, Barrett?
Yeah, I loved how excited she was. I just want to see people passionate about it.
Yeah. Yeah, her and Theo, like, always are, like screaming, like, in like, joy, like, when something good happens, or they're just, like, very out there. So, yeah. Shortly after the helicopter arrives, the pain locker comes rolling in.
Just so, I mean, I like this theme this season. It's kind of like cheesy, like the killing floor and the pain locker, but I actually like it.
I mean, it really kind of is like Mad Max. You got the deserty theme and just like the rusty theme to it.
Yeah, and if you're gonna have a theme, like, you might as well go all out and be cheesy.
Yeah. Who knows? This could be the start of a trilogy, Nicole.
Stop it.
It might be. Who the hell knows?
Don't say such a thing.
So the pain locker comes rolling in, and TJ says, "Go inside and get dressed," and then he says, "Hurry up." And for some reason, for just a second, I thought this could be part of the final. Like, whoever gets ready first gets like an advantage.
Oh, that actually would have been kind of cool.
I know. I was kind of hoping for that, and like whoever took their time and was like last ready, like started last or something.
Yeah, whoever's taking it most seriously and like prepared.
Then Cara had this kind of corny pre-final speech in the pain locker. She's like, "We're only gonna experience this once and with each other."
I mean, it was. She was right though.
I know. That's how I feel. It was corny, but yeah, she was right, and yeah.
Like, she was just like bringing awareness to like the present moment, which sometimes when you're like doing something that crazy, you kind of
forget about.
You're only thinking in the future and like what's gonna happen in the next hour, and not really like being in the moment, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, we get to the final. It's called The Death Path. The episode is called The Death Race. Episode's all about death. We almost saw like 3 people die, so it makes sense. Alright, so quick description of this final. It's over 50 miles.
Half of the final.
Yeah, well, I think he describes the whole final, but then we just do one stage of it. So he says it's over 50 miles long, contains several kill zones, whatever that means. Kill zones test you mentally and physically, so I guess the checkpoint challenges, maybe?
Yeah, those are the kill zones.
Wes starts calculating in his head that this is the longest final ever.
Yeah.
Sure. But then he says... Huh?
It probably is 50 miles.
Yeah. It's crazy. From what we got last season in the final to this season, it's complete opposite side of the spectrum. Like,
yeah, this one delivered. Last season was so whack.
Yeah. Walk across these coals to win $1 million.
Yeah.
He says the first kill zone is a 6-mile loop 4 times. Yeah, I'm kind of confused with the kill zones and the checkpoints, but whatever.
Why?
Because TJ said, I thought the kill zones were going to be the checkpoints, but I think the checkpoints are the checkpoints. I think the kill zones is this whole first leg of the race is a whole kill zone. He says, first kill zone, 6-mile loop 4 times, 24 miles, which is what we saw in this episode. So that whole episode was the first kill zone,
I guess. Think this episode was 1 kill zone, and then next episode we're going to get 4 kill zones?
That sounds pretty hectic, but... Yeah, maybe. That sounds crazy.
Which, I guess the other 4 could be like a puzzle for 1, an eating portion for 1. I don't know what the other 2 would be, but...
Yeah, just some type of challenge.
Swimming, if that's possible, during the desert.
Yeah, we'll see. We may not see a swimming portion in this final, which is maybe a little odd. We usually see a little bit.
I've done water challenges, so maybe it's just on a different day. It'll be in a different area.
That's true, yeah.
So I am dying to see an eating challenge.
I mean, there has to be. They wouldn't show Turbo eating. That would be ridiculous.
One whole season.
Right. There has to be. But we haven't seen any clips of, like, previews. I haven't seen anything of people eating.
Nope.
But that would be wild if they just didn't have anything about eating when they showed Turbo practicing eating at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, that would suck.
So yeah, you're gonna run this kill zone, you're gonna bike it in the middle of the loop. It's like a figure 8 in the middle. There's 5 checkpoints. You have 20 minutes to complete each checkpoint. If a checkpoint's being used, you can either wait or keep running. I kind of like that aspect. Adds another layer to the whole final.
it's a strategy of, like, what people choose to do.
Yeah, and we saw how Hunter, that hurt Hunter in the long run because he had to wait for Cara, and while he was waiting for Cara, Ninja finished, and Cara finished before him, so that sucked for him. But yeah, the final starts. You have anything you want to say before we get into the final?
No, I just thought it, like, really delivered. Like, I was on the edge of my seat. It looked really, really hard.
Too hard?
And, I almost thought that it was too difficult. Yeah. Like, the rookies Georgia didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, what do you think happened
Mattie,
to Georgia? Do you think maybe something, like, she didn't drink enough, like, it was dehydration, but do you think she didn't prepare well enough before this? Like, eating or drinking?
Sean and I run, and he runs probably more than I do, and he runs every day. Yeah. And he even said, he's like, I wouldn't be able to do that. Like,
it's crazy.
It's almost not being in shape. It's like actually practicing running that. Like,
it's like doing marathons on your free time.
Yeah, it's just like Wes has probably run, I don't know, 20 miles or something before, because he seems to be doing okay. But yeah, it's just really your endurance. So I just don't think, no matter what those two girls did, that their bodies, no matter what they did in that moment, they couldn't persevere.
It's like, this is, the longest final, and maybe one of the hottest. It's in the desert, like, jeez.
Yeah, in sand.
Oh.
You know how hard running in sand and biking in sand is? Like, so that's like, that whatever the miles were, like, multiply it by 2 is what it probably feels like.
Yeah, that's wild. Wes grabs the bike first. Yeah, he's off to a lead.
I guess, in conclusion, whoever wins this deserves it.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, and that's, at least that, because last season, whoever won it didn't deserve $1 million,
No. Whoever wins this deserves it, and the fact that Cara and Ninja are hanging in there, and like, that means they're beasts.
Yeah. Another fun fact about Theo, apparently he's a Renaissance man and used to do everything. He used to be a spin instructor. So
wasn't he also, like, in the Olympics?
He was also in the Olympics. He also saved the world once or twice. Huh?
He what?
He saved the world once or twice as well from its impending doom.
How so?
I don't know. He just does everything. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I like how
he's a chess champion as well. Throw that in there.
Before I forget, I like how TJ called Mattie out on smoking.
Yeah, well, I definitely was gonna get to that because when he was like, you're a really good competitor, I was like, oh, this is gonna be lame. But he was like, you just gotta fucking quit smoking.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Like, she could be the next Laurel. She could dominate and get to every final. But, hey, if you don't have endurance, you're not going to win the final.
She just, was like winging this and wanted to win. But if she actually prepares and gets in shape and stops smoking, like if she starts working out and tones up a little bit, she'll be a beast.
Oh, yeah, so scary. She got to her final in her first season. And it was somewhat easy. I mean, she dominated in elimination. She almost went home in the last purge, but that was like the only scary part for her. And I love TJ should be like the spokesman for quitting cigarette smoking. We should just hear him, just like a 3-second commercial of, just fucking stop, just fucking quit.
Yeah.
You have any surprises after the first, bike checkpoint? We see Turbo near last. Turbo and Cara surprised me. They were, near last.
I mean, I kind of expected, I don't know. Turbo's a great competitor, but Wes is not a rookie, and Theo is just, a runner. So I kind of expected them to do better than Turbo.
Okay. I was a little surprised Cara last. She was a good runner.
I'm shocked that she was in last too. She was behind
Mattie.
Ninja.
She literally behind everybody. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, Cara, this is your chance because you've been sucking.
Yeah, her interviews are kind of uplifting, though. She's not, like, dwelling on it. Shit.
Yeah. Her attitude's been a little better, I suppose.
Yeah. We got a man down. Georgia's first to fall. Dehydration 1, Georgia 0. Saying she's so embarrassed, and right when she said that, I'm like, hey, should have listened to Wes. I told you. But no, this did not ruin her. Not at all. Yeah.
Not at all. She didn't give up. Like, no offense, like Mattie actually gave up, whereas Georgia like kept going until she passed out.
Right. If there's any like sour taste in my mouth about the people who were disqualified or had to quit during this final, it's Mattie a little bit.
Yeah. Even though, like, I guess if she felt like she was about to like injure herself, like push herself too far, I guess that's fine. But like the fact that Georgia knew that probably and kept going,
right?
That shows something. And wow, how about her like asking where Bear was?
That was the scariest part. I was like, oh, she seems fine, and then she's like, is Bear here? And I'm like, okay, send her home.
Now, do you think that all of the people who get eliminated, do you think they get put up in a hotel in South Africa until the season's over? Because if they get sent back home, people will know that they didn't make it far.
Yeah, I think they get put in a hotel.
So do you think that during the final they bring them all out to be on the sideline to watch, and maybe Bear actually was there?
Oh, no, you're talking about Bear? No, yeah, I think, no, they go home. Sometimes people stay in the country that they're visiting.
Yeah, but if they go home, then wouldn't it be obvious that they didn't win?
I mean, it's in their contract. That's their job, that they can't tell anybody. They can't post on social media. Or I think I don't know.
If they came home earlier than somebody else, it's obvious that...
Yeah, but how do you know they came home earlier? Like, people would have to find that out and release the news.
That's so easy. Everybody has an Instagram.
But, and these are like, we don't even know about the next season until like everybody's home from the next season already. So they kind of time it to where I feel like it would be hard. Now I'm confusing myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in that, like, the Challenge World community, if you know they're filming a season, everybody's flying out to film the season, and then they trickle home one by one, like, at different times, and everyone has social media, so you know when they're home and they're active again. I just feel like that would give it away. Like, Survivor, in Survivor, when you get voted off, even if you're not in the jury, you have to stay in a hotel without your cell phone until the season's done filming before you can go home, so that way nobody gets sent home before the end of the show.
Oh, if you want to, I mean, that's true. I mean, if you want to find out who goes home every week, there's a spoiler forum on the internet. But I just try to stay the hell away from there as best as I can.
Okay.
I try to stay off of Twitter as well because on Final Reckoning, I got spoiled on Twitter that Ashley took the money from Hunter before the season even started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I blocked that person, but I'm sure there's, more accounts out there just spewing out spoilers.
Damn. They don't give a fuck.
Nah, I was like, I hope it's not true. And then it's like, once you know that, it's like, might as well look at who else is in the final. And then it's like, shouldn't have done that. And it's just like this like domino effect.
The rabbit hole.
Yeah, so I knew Joss was going to make it to the final. I knew Paulie was going to make it to the final. It was bad. But anyway, back to the War of the Worlds. So Georgia gets DQ'd. Turbo's playing catch-up. He's tied with Ninja. Which checkpoint do you think was the easiest, and which checkpoint do you think was the hardest?
I think the easiest was rolling of the tire. I think that probably would just take a couple to, like, roll it through. Like, I don't know. For me, at least, that looked pretty easy. I'm pretty good at those types of things. The most difficult one was obviously the triangle puzzle. Nobody got that.
Yeah.
It didn't look like anybody got past, like, one layer of it. Like, they didn't even try to do a second layer, so... I actually have seen those puzzles before, though, so I feel like I would have been able to at least get further.
Oh, yeah.
So that one looked the most difficult, but then the second most difficult was the pole, where you had to push the ball up.
That one was called Rampage, yeah, that one did look difficult.
And then the ring toss, I think that's easy. That's just a matter of... I think the ring toss and the tire were the easiest. And the puzzle.
And that puzzle, yeah, that other puzzle, yeah, that's what my answer was.
Yeah, the puzzle was the easiest, then probably the tire, then the rings, then the rampage, and then the triangle.
Yeah, mine's exactly the same, except I would swap ring toss and the tire. I think the tire was a little more difficult just because you had to do it slowly, because if you did it fast, we saw Turbo, who was like throwing the tire, it went past it, and he had to like run so much, and it's like you're already running 24 miles. It's like,
I would say those are like, interchangeable for the difficulty for me. Either one.
Yeah. What do you think of Wes's strategies of just resting? I mean, he's an older guy. He's probably the oldest guy in this final. And it really does look like he's having back problems.
Yeah, it's better to rest than push yourself and get DQ'd, so...
That's true.
I don't think he would rest if he didn't think he really needed it.
Yeah. He runs into Hunter after his like first checkpoint when he continues the run. Hunter's like, I'm dying out. Wes is like, what do you say we run all the way back? Can't do it, bro. Alright, I'm out. And he just goes.
Was that video?
Wes was just like, yep, I'm out if you don't want to run with me.
Oh.
Wes is killing it, man. He really wants to win this. You could see it. Hunter goes from, like I kind of brought this up, but yeah, Hunter goes from completing one of the easiest finals in history to completing one of the hardest. It's got to be an eye-opener.
Yeah, last season definitely didn't prepare him for this.
No. And the adventures of Wes while running into other people continue. He runs into Cara. Cara's, my legs hurt so bad. Wes, well, everyone else's do too. Remember that. Wes is just hitting him with the one-liners and then is out. And then we do see why Wes, his motivation. He said he's doing it for his wife, so he can create a little Wes baby. And then we get a disturbing photo of Wes's head on a baby.
Oh, it was so ugly. Like, it's in my head. I'll never unsee it.
Not worse than Cara and Pauly put together, though. Remember that one? Para?
Ooh, actually, yeah, bad.
That was bad. We see Turbo break down. He's saying he has pains in his left leg, and but he fights through it. He tells his body no, and he fights through it. We get a cute interview with Mattie. She's like, "This is not a marathon. This is a marathon, not a race." And production is like, "You got that wrong."
Like, a marathon is
a race. And she's like, "Okay, don't air that." And she was probably like, God damn it, they aired that. My most comical moment that I thought that we saw from this episode, I think there's some people at the checkpoints. Hunter is doing the ring toss, and he just looks over at Wes, and he's like, bro, I cramped up so hard I fell. Got back up. And then he just tosses a ring.
Hunter, right?
Huh?
Hunter did that, right?
Yeah, Hunter. He just, like, shrugs his shoulders, got back up.
Yo, that made me cringe. I'm just like, shut up. Like, everybody's in pain, like, shut up. Oh, man.
Okay. We see Ninja on a bike, and she straight up faints. We see her eyes roll in the back of her head, and just like falls off the bike. I have a conspiracy. This final is just built to make people faint, so the producer can put them in the van and transport them into a torture chamber.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. That was my horror movie idea.
I mean,
MTV The Challenge gone wrong, where they just make the final too hard, where people just start fainting, and they're like, alright, we'll bring you to safety. Am I crazy?
I think, yes.
Okay. Next. Ninja regroups and gets the okay from Medic to continue. So yeah, I thought she was done. I mean, we saw Georgia go down, and then in the hospital, car. So, and then she went home. So I thought Ninja was done. So very surprised to see everything was back to normal.
The fact that she kept performing after that was admirable.
Yeah, and we saw what it meant to her once everyone finished. She was like, "Oh my god, I almost quit."
Yeah.
So that was cool. Wes, his back is spasming on the tire roll, so he decides to use that time for rest. We talked about that. I guess that was smart. Turbo crying, can't control his emotions.
Aww.
I mean, that doesn't bother me. As long as you never quit and you finish, I don't care if you're bawling the whole time. Like...
Yeah, I don't mind. He wasn't crying like a baby. He was crying like...
It was kind of like a baby. Like, he was just, like, walking and crying. And then, yeah, we get to Mattie quitting. Says her body is shutting down. She does look and is walking like a zombie. She didn't even look like Mattie. She just looked like Clegane. Or, not Clegane.
Yeah,
was that Clegane the Mountain? Like, zombified? She literally looked like Gregor the Mountain, or whatever his name is.
It's either Clegane or Sandor.
Sandor is the hound.
Okay,
so
then Clegane.
Clegane. Or is his name Sandor Clegane?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. We're not big Game of Thrones fans.
Oops.
It's... Yeah, I don't know, the mountain. Yeah. Turbo, who is ready to die for first place? Only me.
Oh, no, he's me.
Let's see. Yeah, Wes finishes all the tasks. I think his task or checkpoint management, he did very well. He never had to wait for anybody, and he finished his checkpoints and then only had to run like one more lap. So I think he managed that well, along with Theo, who just was killing it the whole time.
Yeah, Theo didn't even look like he flinched the whole time.
Yeah, and he was completing these checkpoints with ease. Like, this dude was doing everything.
Except for when he was doing Rampage and he was doing it completely wrong for a second.
Yeah, some other people were doing it wrong for a second as well. I saw Wes doing it wrong for a little bit, Cara. Speaking of Rampage, Hunter and Ninja really impressed me with, they were like pushing the ball up, and then they just launched it up and like got it in the hole. And I was like, oh my god, that's risky. Like, if that just fell off, you would have had to start all over again.
I don't know if that was risky. I thought that was smart.
Yeah, I don't know. But they got it. So yeah, this is when people start to finish. Theo finishes first. He clocks in at 5 hours and 34 minutes. Wes, I mean, Theo killed it. Killed all the checkpoints except the pyramid one because, let's be honest, who did? Wes finishes second, just 10 minutes behind Theo, and that's very impressive. I mean, Wes only completed one checkpoint, I think.
Oh, I didn't realize how close he was.
Yeah, I made sure to write down the times. He was at 5 hours 44 minutes, while Theo had the 34 minutes. So just 10 minutes behind. That is nothing in a final. Turbo.
Especially part 1 of 5.
Yeah, for real. Turbo finishes third at 5 hours 58 minutes, so like 24 minutes after Theo. He kind of, made a small little comeback.
So Turbo's 25 minutes from first?
Yeah. He's 14 minutes behind Wes. Yeah, like 25 minutes behind Theo.
So that's about nothing.
Yeah, top 3, it is decided within like 20 minutes, so it's a toss-up at that point. Ninja finishes 4th at 6 hours 35 minutes, almost an hour after Turbo, like 40 minutes. Then Cara and Hunter.
Hunter was at like 7 hours or something.
So, yeah, 7 hours 3 minutes because he had to do the Sudoku puzzle. Sudoku, we meet again, my friend. He's come to the conclusion where he will never be good at puzzles, and he's like...
I don't think that's Sudoku. Sudoku's number.
I know, and that's how dumb he is. That's why he was like, Sudoku, we meet again. Sudoku with colors. But it wasn't even Sudoku because you can't add up colors. But yeah. Turbo, gotta love him. He asks Theo if they're done. He's like, they announced champion now? Done?
Oh,
and Theo's like, nah, we're only halfway done. And as this is happening, Wes collapses.
But he's fine.
But he's fine. Yeah, that's exactly what I wrote. But he's fine. And then, later TJ arrives and announces that they're going to do a tribunal. He says this is the hardest final he's ever seen. Usually he says that every time, but this time I believe him. I mean, Jesus Christ. 2 people already out.
He better not have said that last season.
He might have. I want to go back and check.
What if he says last season, this is the easiest final I've ever seen?
Yeah, right? We just missed it. Tribunal. So there's going to be a tribunal. Top 3, Theo, Wes, and Turbo. But first, they go to the pain lockers to inject fluids into them.
Yo, I was freaking out, and Sean's like, I don't see, Cara's an idiot. Why wouldn't she get an ID? And meanwhile, I'm like, oh my god, I can't look. And I was freaking out. I wouldn't have been able to either.
Yeah, you wouldn't have.
I don't know.
That van was cleaner than it looked. I'll say that. So it wasn't like, if it was like a rusty van, then I'd be sketched out.
See, it's not much getting an IV, because I've gotten an IV. I was in, my hometown in hospital, and it's clean and white. I think what I was most afraid of was, hygiene. And,
Yeah.
sanitized everything was.
Yeah. Injecting the fluids. Yeah, Cara's the only one freaking out. And I do think she's freaking out, not just because it's a needle, even though that's what she says, but yeah, like you were saying, the sanitation, and you're all dirty, and the last thing you want is a needle put in you.
Also, she didn't need it. You know what I mean? So the combination of not 100% actually needing it. It's not like you had a medic saying, you're dehydrated, you're going to be, you need this, you know?
Yeah, but,
so,
yeah.
The combination of it not being necessary and also being in, a rusty van.
Well, it hasn't shown that it's been necessary yet because they're doing it for the second leg of the final. So maybe they're like, they will need this.
Yeah, I mean, it's advised.
Mm-hmm.
They're obviously all...
Imagine Cara wins with the only one who didn't do it.
Well, as I said, she still can win. I just think that she's making her chances slimmer.
Yeah. But yeah, that happened.
Oh. Just trying to do 7 things.
I see. So yeah, tribunal. Who do you think Theo? You okay? You running a marathon? Who do you think Theo will choose? Hunter, Wes, or Ninja for the elimination? Or I'm sorry. Hunter, Ninja, or Cara?
Yeah, he should choose who's in 4th.
Ninja.
Yeah, they announced the times, right? They all know each other's times?
Yeah, they all know, who finished where. I don't know if they necessarily know exact times, but...
I mean, first I was like, oh, they should choose Hunter because that's the biggest competition, but then I was like, wait, 4th place is the biggest competition.
Yeah, but now
Unless you think that phase 2, Ninja's gonna suck and Hunter's gonna crush it, which actually...
That makes me think, like we were talking about earlier, there's got to be an eating portion. Do you really want to see Hunter in that eating portion?
Yeah, Hunter's really good at the eating portion. Ninja will probably suck. Cara will suck. So I
Cara
think
won't suck at it. She'll do it. I mean, she's done eating. She's not like the best at eating challenges, but she's not the worst either. She'll get through it. Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I don't remember them. But yeah, I think either Ninja or Hunter would be a good decision.
Yeah, that's who I would go with. Cara's a sleeper, man. She's the only one who's won an individual final. It's like, maybe if I was one of the guys in the tribunal, I wouldn't want to see Cara, the potential of her coming back.
Who do you think they're going to pick?
I think Theo will choose Hunter. I think Wes will choose Ninja. And then it's all up to Turbo. And I don't know who he would go, Hunter or Ninja. If he's still mad at Ninja, then he'll go for Ninja, but he has voted in Hunter before, so it's a toss-up in my mind. Yeah.
I just think the guys would see the guys as bigger threats, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, who knows what we're seeing from this second leg. I mean, the first leg was 24 miles, so we're going to see a 26-mile second leg, even longer. They said over 50 miles, so maybe even more than that. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what kind of checkpoints we get. We'll probably see an eating. I certainly hope so. But other than that,
yeah, those are always my favorite.
Can't really guess. We're gonna see more running. That's for sure. But we don't really know much more than that.
Am I echoing?
I hear myself a little bit, but we're closing out, so it's all good. We gotta get you a mic, sister.
Choo-choo.
Yeah, I'll get one, and then that'll be your birthday present.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Alright, but yeah, that wraps it up for part 1 of the final. So, now that we saw part 1, do you, what's your prediction for who's gonna win?
I think Wes.
Yeah, I really hope so.
I think Wes will, because he's only 10 minutes behind first, and he's gonna do amazing in eating and whatever.
Yeah, and that was arguably where Theo could have taken the biggest lead, because it was basically all running, and that's what he's known for.
I think if Theo should get the biggest lead, it would have been his fortune, and finally 10 minutes isn't bad.
Yeah, I don't think 10 minutes is enough either. So, yeah, or Turbo. Turbo keeps talking about dying or getting first place. So I think he's got first. I'm gonna go with my heart on this one. I'm gonna go Wes, Turbo, Theo. Top 3 right there. I think the top 3 will stay, but it'll switch up a little bit.
Okay.
I would like to see one of the girls get in there, but ultimately I want to see Wes win.
Yeah, I think he'll get it.
I think Ninja will probably finish last. I think Cara, with her final experience, will finish ahead of her in the second leg. Maybe even Theo.
What about Hunter?
Oh, I forgot Hunter existed. Hunter, I mean, if he's there, he's got to be considered a threat with that eating portion. You know he's going to make up time. Like, if he doesn't go home after this tribunal, I don't think there's any possible way he gets last place, because he will make up so much time in eating. That'll bring him up.
I think he'll surpass Theo and Turbo.
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe not Wes.
Yeah. Top 3 get paid. First place was like, what, $750? Second place was like 100? Yeah, 150 or something, and then third place was 50, something like that.
Yeah.
So at least, second and third are getting a little bit, rather than what we've kind of been seeing a majority. Well, a majority is going to first place, but not all of it.
So who do you think was the competitor of the week?
Or competitor of the final so far?
Yeah.
Gotta give it to Theo. He killed most of the checkpoints, 4 out of 5. No one at all completed the pyramid color scheme puzzle. So Theo finished first in the runs. He finished all the checkpoints. Gotta give it to him. And if there was a politician in a final, I gotta give it to Wes for taking his time and not on the checkpoints and just using it for rest because it looked like he was struggling with his back.
Damn, we're down to the thick of it.
How about you? Who's your competitor of the final? Same?
Ooh, I don't know.
I almost got to Ninja as well.
I don't know. I'm going to say Turbo because even though his legs were in pain, he didn't. Like, he looked like he was dying.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought. I did think he was going to end up having to, like, DQ himself. And I was like, no way. Turbo? He's human? Nah.
And then, you know, I'd say, like, did you say politician?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of gave it, if there is a politician in a final, Wes for just, you know, using the time wisely and you know, checkpoint management. He never had to wait for anybody.
Yeah, I guess competitor is hard because everyone who's still in, like, really, besides Cara, I mean, I'd definitely say, like, besides Hunter, too, I would say, like, Ninja, Wes, Theo, and Turbo all really crushed it.
So do you think they were going to show this this needle scene with the fluids, or they only showed it because Cara was freaking out?
I don't think they would have done it in the pain locker if they weren't going to show it. I think they would have done it in the ambulance, like medic.
That's a good point. Because, I mean, if everyone was fine with it, that would have made for pretty boring TV. Pretty waste of time.
Yeah, I think they would have done it on medic, like, if they weren't going to show it.
Yeah, we need to get you a mic.
Yeah, I'm hearing myself and I can't even think.
But yeah, I mean, we're done here. I'm about to just order you a mic, have it for next week, so you listener don't have to struggle with us.
Ooh. I'm gonna. This sucks, but I'm gonna be in Portugal for the next 2 weeks.
You're gonna what? Portugal?
Yeah, so I don't know how we'll do this.
Well, at least it's not like in the middle of the season. We'll figure something out.
It might be a delayed final recap.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then the reunions will come, so we'll see. We'll see. It'll be fine. We're all gonna die. So, a little spoiler alert for next season. There have been 4 confirmed cast members.
Woohoo!
Woo! But they're not going to be surprising at all, so they're really not spoilers, but, you know.
Let me guess, bananas?
Huh?
Let me guess, bananas.
Yeah, Bananas and, if you had to guess, one other guy.
CT?
No, that's a good guess, but Pauly. Bananas and Pauly are, I think, confirmed. And Cara's confirmed, and oh man, I forget.
Jenna?
No, I don't think she's gonna be on this next season. I'm gonna go ahead and look this up because it's gonna irk me.
Georgia?
No, not Georgia. She's likely. Oh no, I got it. Tori.
Tori D?
Yeah.
My girl? Oh, and Jordan, you said might be on it.
Yeah, Georgia might be on it. Leroy got moved to the very likely section from the not likely, so maybe he'll be on next season.
Leroy should probably give up.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna win one. But hey, I love to see my boy Leroy on the challenge, so why not? But yeah, that wraps it up for part 1 of the finale for Challenge War of the Worlds. We will be back sometime. We don't know exactly when, since you're going to Portugal. But yeah, follow me at No Valentines with a Z at the end. Feel free to leave comments. Please leave comments. Let us know your predictions on who's going to take it in part 2 of the finale. Hopefully we find out on Wednesday who wins, and not during a reunion that is in its 7th part. So yeah. Alright, we will see you guys next time. Peace out.